Okay. The district clerk is not here this evening. She is clerking over the library board election this evening. So if you haven't yes voted, go down to the library. Voting goes until 9 o'clock. There's one candidate running unopposed, and there's and a budget item. So because the district clerk is absent, Roger Bloom has been appointed back at the reorg meeting, was appointed the district clerk pro tem. I'm going to ask him to please call the meeting to order.
Good evening and welcome Westbury family to the Board of Education planning meeting for Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. At this point now, we will take roll call. President Robert Troiano. Vice President Floyd Ewing.
Present.
Trustee Dr. Pless Dickerson.
Present.
Trustee Mateo Flores.
Present.
Mr. President, it gives me great pleasure to announce that you have a quorum. Thank you, District Clerk Pro Tem. Much appreciated. You did that very well. I know you didn't have much time to rehearse and practice, so I guess the old skill never went away. So thank you. Can I now have a motion to go into executive session to discuss an item of personnel? We'll be in executive session until about 7 o'clock, at which point the public meeting, the regular public meeting, which is the planning meeting, will be started. Thank you.
So moved.
We have a move. We have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Ayes. Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson?
Aye.
Vice President Ewing?
Aye.
And I, Robert Troiano, vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you. We're now in exec. Okay. District Clerk Pro Tem? District Clerk Pro Tem.
Hello, Mr. President.
Hi, can you please call the meeting to order?
Good evening, Westbury family. It gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone to the Westbury Union Free School District Board of Education Planning Meeting for Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. We will now have our roll call. President Robert Troiano.
Present.
Vice President Floyd Ewing.
Present.
Trustee Robin Bowling.
Present.
Trustee Dr. Pless Dickerson.
Present.
Trustee Mateo Flores.
Present.
Trustee Michelle Wilson.
Present.
Mr. President, it gives me great pleasure to announce that you have a quorum.
Thank you, District Clerk Pro Tem. Dr. Bloom is acting in the role of District Clerk Pro Tem because our full-time District Clerk, Beverly Cathnott, is actually clerking the Westbury Library Board and candidate election that's taking place right now. So after this meeting, if you haven't voted, please run over to the library and cast your vote either for or against the budget, and either for the one candidate that's running, she's running unopposed, or not vote at all. But please register your thoughts by casting a vote. At 6 o'clock, the board, well, probably closer to 6:30, the board opened up the meeting, and we started just to go into executive session. So some of you who maybe are streaming in and wondering, like, what are we doing this twice for? It's because we went to executive session and two board members joined us for executive session, and that's Robin Bowling and Trustee Wilson. You will note that we are short one board member tonight, and that would be Rodney Keynes, Trustee Keynes. Sorry. Before I speak to Rodney Keynes' absence, I'm reminded by the Vice President and Ewing, and also by the unofficial parliamentarian, Dr. Dickerson, that I need to have a vote to come out of executive session. So can I have a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Been moved by Trustee Bowling,
Yes.
Second.
seconded by Vice President Ewing. Ayes. Trustee Wilson, I'm sorry, Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Bowling?
Aye.
Trustee Dr. Dickerson?
Aye.
Vice President Ewing?
Aye.
And I, Robert Troiano, vote aye. Motion carries. We are out of executive session. As I was noting, thank God there are people here to keep me straight. We also have to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I want to confess that I didn't say the pledge just now, because I started to, but then I heard those little voices in the back leading the way, and that was just too beautiful. I wanted to take it all in, so that was really, really nice. Thank you. I don't know why I'm rushing through this, because I now have an obligation that I really don't want to perform, and that is to talk about Rosetta Keynes. Some of you may know her as Mrs. Keynes, others may know her as Mama Keynes. Some of you may just know that she was Rodney Keynes, Trustee Keynes' mom. She passed away on just after Easter Sunday, and it's a terrible loss to this community. I would probably make mention of it just because it's Trustee Keynes' mom. But Jackie Keynes, that's how I knew her, was just a constant presence and force in this community, that she deserves recognition in her own right. She's made countless contributions to this community. She was a dragon I think class of 64. She went to this high school. If you just took note of the achievements of her two children, it would be enough to fill a lifetime and to warrant some comments about her. Rodney Keynes is, I think, a 12-year school board member or thereabouts. He is a water commissioner. He is I think he's now the chairman. He's certainly a member of the Town of North Hempstead's Community Development Agency. He is a deacon in First Baptist Cathedral right here in Westbury. He is a minister now. He's an engineer. He's a graduate of the Merchant Marine Academy. And perhaps the biggest achievement of all, he's a Westbury High School graduate as well. His sister, Laura, is just as accomplished. She was a teacher in this district. She was a principal in the Hempstead School District. She is currently now a department chair in the Herrick School District. She and Rodney bring great glory to their mom's legacy. I'm sorry? She has her doctorate? And I didn't even know that. See, Laura, so I'm told, also had a doctorate, and I didn't realize, and I think that reflects her humility, that she didn't go about bragging about that, but that's an accomplishment. Jackie, though, for as long as I can remember, Jackie was there. If there was ever any community organization, she was a part of it to bring social justice. She was a part of it. She was a member of the NAACP for many years. She was a member of the, help me, Robin, United Newcastle Community Revitalization Corporation. Some of you may not know what that was, but that's an organization that led the change that you see on Prospect Avenue. Many of you weren't here, I'm not familiar with it, but for a long time, Prospect Avenue was nothing but bodegas and bars. Because of UNCCRC and the work that they did, we saw a revitalization of the Prospect Avenue corridor, where now we've created affordable housing. We brought in a lot of stores that were not present along Prospect Avenue because of the work that Jackie did. Jackie, there used to be a march down Prospect Avenue, which was led by Margaret Miller Scott to clean our streets of drug dealers, and Jackie was part of that. Jackie was also a major force in the First Baptist Cathedral, the largest black congregation in the Westbury community. And Dr. Dickerson is reminding me that she was a deaconess there. So it's a great loss to the Westbury Newcastle community that deserved some mention. I wanted to take a moment to do that. For those of you who are able, there will be a wake at Donahue's funeral home tomorrow for Mama Kane, starting at 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, Thursday. Thank you. And that'll be followed by a funeral service at First Baptist Cathedral starting at 10 o'clock on Friday. First Baptist Cathedral is located at 212 Garden Street. There will be also a viewing at 9 o'clock. So if you can think it not robbery to spend your time that way, I'm sure the family would appreciate the visible display of love by having you show up for the wake or the funeral. And if you can't do that, send a note to the school district, maybe addressed to Rodney, and that'll be delivered to the family. Thank you for giving me a moment to say a few words, and hold the family in prayer and reflection over the next few days. Thank you. Okay. We got so caught up I got caught up in the pledge that we didn't have the typical moment of reflection, so we might now do that in honor of Jackie Keynes. So I ask that you please just bow your heads and take a moment of reflection and keep the families in prayer. Thank you, everybody. I'm now going to turn it over to Dr. Chase. We're going to give out some awards for some of our achieving students.
So, Mr. Troiano, thank you so much for that. It is very clear to me that we have some of Westbury's brightest, boldest, the most brilliant scholars who are in this auditorium. Is that right? Yes? They are our super spellers. And in the spirit of acknowledging Mama Keynes, I know that she was a supporter of all of the academic excellence that happens here at the Westbury Union Free School District. At the first spelling bee, she was present, and I remember she was there for the first spelling bee. But tonight, we are going to honor scholars who participated in our annual spelling bee. The spelling bee took place on March 10th at Westbury Middle School. We had spellers being celebrated from kindergarten all the way through grade 8. And so, board trustees, what you may or may not know, that it is a big deal to families and to scholars to come here and to be honored by you. I know this because there were families who couldn't be here tonight who actually sent me an email regretting that they couldn't be here because they realized how special it is for the board to acknowledge their children. And so I just want to thank you for that. And I'm beginning to watch other districts emulate acknowledging children at board meetings. It really does mean a lot, and it sets such a positive tone. But not only does it set a tone, it really speaks to our priorities. So, in order to launch and execute an amazing spelling bee, you have to have amazing, and I mean amazing, adults to help navigate this, to help coordinate this at their individual schools. So before I acknowledge the scholars, I just have to acknowledge those who led this work. Aside from our amazing principals and assistant principals who are here, if you are a principal or assistant principal, please stand. There's quite a few of them here in the audience. Please stand. Yeah, they worked hard all day. They've been up and at it and doing all sorts of things, and they are here to celebrate our children and our families. But I also wish to acknowledge Miss Tony DeMeo, who I see you stand. Miss Robin Greenberg. Miss Jillian Jones isn't here, but we feel her spirit, and we're going to clap it up for her because she's watching this. Miss Lauren Sarantino. And Mr. John Sutorius, where are you? I saw you. There you are. We appreciate you all for coordinating the spelling bee. We had 3 categories of the spelling bee. We had honeybees, we also had worker bees, and of course our older scholars are our bumblebees. It is a joy and a pleasure. As a superintendent, I don't always get to hang out with students. I came into this profession 3 decades ago to be with kids. And so the further you get into administration, the further you get from the kids. And so it's important that, I still get to hug them and talk to them and interact with them. So thank you all for sharing your children with me. This is really special, and it's very meaningful. I'd like to acknowledge first, board, if you will, our kindergartners. Our kindergartners are amazing spellers. I see one in the back, hand raised, ready to go. Our kindergartners are amazing spellers. They spelled all sorts of words. They use all of the skills that they've learned from foundations to spell complicated words, and we could not be more proud of them. But as with any competition, there's always, a group that emerged to the top in terms of being the top speller. Now, it doesn't mean the other ones weren't. Sometimes they make a little mistake. Sometimes they may not have heard the word correctly, but they're still growing. We like to call them our farm division. So, if Dante Long, Yusuf, and Amos Jean Baptiste is in the house, please come forward. Bring that trophy on up, baby. Bring those trophies up. Hold that trophy. Hold it up high. It's half his height. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our top spellers in the honeybee cat. Can you see why they're honeybees? Come on. These are our top spellers in the honeybee category. In third place, Amin Jean Baptiste in third place. In second place, Yusuf. And our top speller in the honeybee category is Dante Long. I'm going to ask Ms. Greenberg, I'm going to ask Dr. Morales and Ms. Dingwall to please come forth with your top spellers. And I would like to also acknowledge the other spellers. So I'm going to need your help with acknowledging these beautiful kindergartners from Dryden Street School. You look good, girl. Yeah. You're welcome. Is Scarlett Cruz Hernandez here? Let's call out those names. Scarlett Cruz Hernandez, Ryan Dessar, Morgan Fergus, Alice Mendoza, Mia Montserrat, Sophia Ruiz, Tahid Shaki, Inkash Solapo, Victoria Avila, Gail Hernandez. Let's give it up for those honeybees. I'm going to ask my school board if you can join the honeybees, please, in the beehive in the front. Join us for a picture. Laser, how are you going to get them with the chair? Yeah, they're going to back up a little bit. Parents, we asked you to stand for a variety of reasons. Number one, we wanted to acknowledge you. Please stay standing. And we would like to simply say thank you. Thank you for trusting the Westbury School District for being the foundation of your child's education. It means the world to have your trust, and we hope that we will have you as part of our Westbury family all the way through 12th grade. Thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful scholars with us. They are amazing. But not only are they cute, they're also very, very smart. You've got to see them in action spelling. These kids are so bright, and we're so very proud of them. And we look forward to their continued growth here at the school district. The next category of spellers are our worker bees. Our worker bees are from grades 1 through 3. Our worker bees are basically elementary scholars.
when I call your name, please, well, before we do that, of course, our top 3 spellers, I'm actually going to bring them up last. I'd like to start with those who participated in the spelling bee, starting with first graders, Toulouse Blair. I saw him. Oh, there he is. I know I saw him. Hi, Toulouse. Toulouse was in the spelling bee last year as a kindergartner. You're going to watch a trend. You're going to watch a trend of scholars who participated in previous years, who are winners and continuing to participate. I am telling you, Westbury, we're getting to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Sooner or later, I know it. We have the right scholars to be a participant, and we can do it. Toulouse, you rock, honey. You ready? Stand right up here. Here you go. Is Enoch here? Calderis? Is Noah Leon here? Elijah Leroy? There's Elijah. Come on down here, honey, with that spelling bee medal on. I see you. Is Sarah here? What about Angel Vasquez? All right, but you know what's important? Oh, there we go. There's Angel. Check out that medal, Angel. Look at you. Look at you. What was your word? Good stuff. All right, and for second grade, we had second graders to participate. Is Genesis Cordova here? What about King Humphrey? We saw King. We saw King. Take your time. This is your time. You earned this, honey. You got your medal on. You about to get your certificate. You got your fun sneakers on. Here you go. You're welcome. Oh, wait, hold on. Your voice, use it.
D, E. I can't do it.
You're going to spell it next time for me. What's your name? Say it in the mic. So I understand that Mr. King Humphrey was the spelling bee winner at Park Avenue
D,
School.
E, F, G, E, L, I, C, I, O, U, F, O, U, S.
Thank you. We're going to give them a thank you.
You're welcome, and you rock. You're an amazing young man. Delicious. That's okay. If you want to sit back with mom, it's all good. You can stand here with us, or you can stand here with me if you'd like. Is Davion Monassar here? Want to help me with this? You want to help me? Okay. Oh, good. Good, because I can use some help here. All right. Is Sophia here? Did I see Sophia Popal? Nope. Okay. Let's talk about our third graders. Is Josiah here from third grade? All right. King, you're going to help me when Is Cairo here? Is Cairo here? Am I saying it correct? She's going to tell me how to say her name. First of all, she's wearing a purple jogging suit. Y'all know, if you've been in my office. Okay, tell me how to say your name correctly.
Genesis.
Say it again.
Genesis.
Oh, okay. Stay right here. Is Cairo here? Okay. What about, is Johan Espinoza here? Yes. And Johan is wearing his official Little West cap. Come on with your little West cap. Here you go. Extend over here with everyone else. What about Mr. Muhammad? Are you here, Moghog? Come on down, Mr. Muhammad. Genesis. Genesis, right up here, baby. Right up here. Make sure I get that jogging suit when you're finished. Here you go, Mr. And is Marianne Shaw here? All right, let's give it up for our spellers. Okay, I'm going to ask my board if we can take a picture. But before we do that, I would like to also recognize in the category of worker bees our top 3 spellers. Coming in 3rd place is Christopher Bardalis. Christopher, come on down. Good, congratulations, Christopher. Is Ahil Khan here? Come on down. Is Ahil Khan? Come on, you earned this. This is your time, baby. You did your thing up there. I'm proud of you. Please join the board. And is Mr. Abdul here with the trophy? Our 2nd place winner. Come on down. He's wearing 2 medals. Here you go. Please join the board and your other spellers. Worker bees, please stand. Parents of the worker bees, this is your time also. Please stand, parents. Thank you. Parents, this is also your time. We thank you so much for trusting us with your beautiful children. It is an honor to serve them, and it is an honor to just be a part of their educational journey here at Westbury Union Free School District. It really means a lot to have you all as partners. I'm going to ask the elementary principals who are part of the worker bees. That's Ms. Germain, Mr. Chambers. Please come up, Ms. Bunger, and also our spelling bee coordinators. We have more friends with us. Oh my God, is everything okay? She's okay? I'm sorry. Come.
Okay, here you go, Miss Sophia. You're going to hold it right on your belly button so we can see that smiling face.
Okay, principals, APs, and all of our coordinators. Is that everybody? Okay, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Do I have everybody? We're good? Awesome, let's give it up again for our worker bees. One more category. So before we move on, I do want to acknowledge our spelling bee announcer, Ms. Robin Barnett, for the for the worker bee category. That was not easy to do that task, but you did it well, and we appreciate you and we thank you. Welcome, Sophia and family. And now for our last category, which are the worker bees. And the worker bees are quite interesting. Bumblebees. It says worker bees. The bumblebees are quite interesting because grades 4 through 8 are competing. Yes, elementary school scholars were competing against middle school scholars, and they were just all phenomenally, beautifully done. I mean, they just did such a great job. So I'd like to acknowledge our spelling bee participants for the grades 4 through 8 category. Shireen Mendez, are you here? Are you in the house? Matthew Contreras, are you in the house? Come on, Matthew, come on through. Come through, Matthew. With, how many medals are you wearing? Okay, all right. Show off those 2 medals. There you go, there you go. Well, she has your trophy, I mean your certificate. Okay. Sephora Khan. Now, Sephora has been in the spelling bee since I've been in this district. Sephora's been in, oh, Sephora. Sephora. She said it's my time to shine, not yours. That's my girl. You know what? You just got something. Look at Sephora's shoes. There you go, Sephora. So can Sephora's little brother come up and he can help me give out certificates? Come on, Sephora's little brother, come on up, baby, and help me give out certificates. Come on. Come. So when they come to me, come. Stand next to me. There you go. What's your name? What's his name? Say it again. Zion. Zion. All right. So Zion is my assistant. He's my assistant superintendent. Y'all better watch your backs. So he's going to help. Yeah, he took your job. He's going to help me to give out the certificates. So is Samira here? Okay. Darlinsky, are you here? Okay. Is Daniela here? Daniela's here. So Daniela's down there. Daniela's wearing that beautiful mount. Good job. All right. Is Giovanni here? Giovanni. Are you getting good? He's really getting sharp at this. You better watch your back, Assistant Soups. Is Ali here? Adonia Taylor, are you here? Javier Lopez, are you in the house? Nathan, are you here? Moffitt? There's Nathan. Is Kenzo Ramos here? I didn't see him. Yoel Victoria, are you here? Is Danny here? Nope. What about Emily Jacobo? Is Keenan here? Aviana St. Hilaire. We're going to clap it up for them anyway. Is Amber Gray here? David Lucero. Daniela Maldonado. Blake Samuels. Blake is showing off his medal. We see you, Blake. What about Carter? Carter with a K. Okay. Is Nyla here? And I believe that's it for our participants. But those who ranked at the top three, you ready? Coming in third place is Mason here. And in second place is Zane here. You can see him. And Mohammed Zaman, are you with the trophy? With the trophy. Can you give it up for my assistant superintendent? Thank you so much. Wanna go back to Dad? All right, he picked me, Dad. I'm sorry. So you want to go back to Dad? He pointed to me. So he's going to take a picture with us. No? Wait, you know what? Before we do the pictures, I wish to acknowledge again my elementary principals. Please come up, assistant principals, as well as my middle school principal, the assistant principal, my spelling bee coordinator. Come on down. I also would like to acknowledge Mr. Brendan Gallivan for being our pronouncer. That was not easy at all, but he endured. So we thank him. All right, now we got to stay someplace for a picture, right? I have a friend. I mean, it is what it is at this point. I am going to ask the families, the parents, the families of these beautiful fine spellers to please stand. Please. Stay standing. I want to thank you. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for just being a part of the Westbury family. We are so looking forward to just continuing our relationship all the way through their secondary experience through 12th grade. And again, the partnership is so meaningful. This is the result of that. So please keep doing what you're doing, families. We're here for you. Okay, let's give it up again for our bumblebees. And I understand we have one more. We may have to do the pictures all over again. I heard Josiah is in the house. Where's Josiah? Come on, baby. Now, Josiah has his little soccer uniform on. I understand that he's part of the soccer. He's part of the Dragons. He's also a superstar speller. So here you go. Take your rightful place up on there. Please say next to Muhammad. That's where you belong. Pictures all over again, Mason.
Not a hearing, but I'm just going to present it. Night. We get to the presentation, and then we have a budget hearing on May 5th.
But thank you. They're the only ones that could. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. I can hear the metals rattling as they're walking away.
While board members are making their contributions to the cause, we're going to ask Dr. Chase to get back up. And we have the fourth and final presentation of the budget prior to the board adopting a budget this evening. This is, as I mentioned, this is the fourth time. The first two times we discussed the direction of the budget and how difficult it was to forecast a budget without having good information. And part of that is because the state is required by law to complete its budget by April 1st. They have not lived up to that requirement this year, and so we need to go forward with the adoption of the budget. We had indicated and during our first two presentations that the budget would be the budget would result in an increase in taxes this year of between 2 and 2.5%. This is the first tax increase in the Westbury school budget in 5 years. We did as much as we could to prevent that from happening, but the increase in expenses that all of us that are consumers of any products are very much, especially gas, are very much aware of the rise in expenses. And so the board did hit its target this year of coming between 2 and 2.5%, almost right in the middle of that. Dr. Chase and Mary O'Neill will discuss that. We brought down in the last, I guess it's 2 weeks since they had the special meeting, the tax increase from 2.45% to 2.3%. With that, I'll ask Dr. Chase to make the presentation.
I think that is the presentation. Thank you very much. Don't forget to vote on that. But there's not really much more to say. But again, we just want to say thank you, community, just for what you did last year in demonstrating how much you support our school district. And again, through your support, we were able to do some amazing things. But I just want to point out a few. Our students just came back from Japan, had a wonderful time. Our students also just came back from Dominican Republic. That's because the community voted in the affirmative for our budget, where we were able to do that. Now, yes, some parents did have to pay a portion, but because of your support, that portion was very minimum to our families, affording our students an opportunity to engage in an educational experience outside of the classroom. There will be a district-wide 5th grade trip to Philadelphia. The entire 5th grade is invited to participate in this trip, and we understand how important experiential learning is. It's that learning that you will never, ever, ever get in the classroom, and those memories our students will never forget. Experiential trips are absolutely life-altering. We are so excited through your support that we will be able to graduate our first cohort of IB candidates. That is the International Baccalaureate Diploma. First time ever here at Westbury. We have scholars who are finishing up their work so that they can complete the international requirements. I didn't say state, I didn't say national, I said international. The same requirements that scholars from all over the world are required to do in order to obtain a diploma. Our scholars are capable, but because of your belief in them, we're able to actualize this. Through your support, we are able to implement our Chromebook refresh program. We're able to extend special education programs and be an inclusive environment here in our school district. I don't even need to speak anymore about that and how important it is that children of all abilities are able to go to school with their neighbors and their friends. And here at Westbury School District, we are doing that. And of course, our safety and security enhancements, particularly our security vestibules, and so many more. But that is because of your support, and we thank you for that. The budget process actually started the day of last year's vote. But we began having those meetings in October, and those meetings ran from October until February, simply meeting with our building principals and our department heads, our assistant superintendents, and identifying what our priorities will be in the 26-27 school year. In March, we made our first public presentation to the community. Now, in between those times, of course, we've been having conversations with our school board, because the school board is they play a very important role in the budget process. On March 10th, we had our first public presentation. March 17th, we had our second presentation. And of course, we had our presentation a few weeks ago on the 30th, our third presentation. It is our hope and it is our desire that our illustrious Board of Education will adopt the budget this evening, April 14th. And of course, there will be a budget hearing on May 5th. And of course, the budget vote is May 19th. In terms of our executive summary, this budget does maintain our academic, our athletic, and our arts programs. You hear me oftentimes speak about the AAA, right? We are committed to the arts, we are committed to the athletics, and of course, the academics. We realize how important it is to grow scholar athletes. We also realize that we know the academics is what intellectualize our scholars, but it's the arts that humanize them. And so we are committed to maintaining those programs. And even though we know that there are some increases in costs. We understand that there are tax cap variables, and there are so many other variables. At the end of the day, we are committed to the AAA while also being fiscally responsible. We will continue making investments in facilities, high school auditorium, chorus room renovations. Doesn't the air conditioning feel good in here? We will also upgrade some other facilities and safety enhancements in our school, including the PA system, and of course at Drexel Middle School and Park, some library innovations. We will continue with safety and security being a main priority in our school district with the addition of security officers. We recognize that we do have a declining enrollment, and the declining enrollment also enables us to have some savings. There will be some retirees that will not necessarily need to be replaced. Some will. We also recognize that we reimagine our signature WINS program, our Saturday Academy. The use of excess reserves, you'll see that later on in the presentation. And what we also are going to present to you, a budget-to-budget increase of 4.21% and a tax increase of 2.30. On the 30th, we presented a tax increase of 2.45, and through more reimagining, we were able to present this evening a tax increase of 2.30.
Thank you, Dr. Chase. So some of our significant expenses include salaries and benefits. As most of you know, salary and benefits is about 66% of your overall budget. Salary and benefits this year went up $5.9 million. Our tuition for charter school and private schools went up $2.5 million. We had special ed contractual costs increase of $1.2 million, which is for OT, PT, and nursing services. We have our transportation that went up by $334,000. Insurance costs for our liability, student accident insurance went up by $133,000, and BOCE services by $309,000. We've also had some significant expense reductions. As Dr. Chase mentioned, we had several retirees where we see a net savings of $1.8 million in our budget next year. We have reduced Saturday Academy operating costs of $142,000. We're able to reassign some district staff to grant funding, and grant funding will support this one administrator of $152,000. We did have a reduction in planned projects of $581,000, but as mentioned earlier, we still do have some planned projects in there. And our overall debt service decreased by $88,000. Our planned additions for next year include decodable classroom libraries at the elementary schools for $360,000. Dr. Chase spoke about security being enhanced. We have additional security in the amount of $512,000. We also have some new instructional staff, a BCBA, a speech teacher, an OT teacher, and a special ed teacher. And then we were able to add 2 maintainers and 2 cleaners to the facilities department at no additional cost because we were able to reduce contractual costs that we were using to pay for those services.
So I just want to talk a little bit about the BCBA speech OT. And while most people would associate these particular positions to special education, these positions are actually important to the entire school. A BCBA will help with behavioral concerns. A speech specialist can also help with the entire district, so it's not just limited to a certain designation of students.
Thank you. And then overall, we're asking the board tonight to adopt a budget of $209.8 million, which is a 4.21 budget-to-budget increase. This gives us a school tax levy increase of 2.3%. You'll also notice, as we mentioned before, that we were increasing the use of our reserves and fund balance by just under $3 million, which is a 17% increase for us. We will, once the board adopts the budget, we will post the detailed budget online. And we would hope that you would look at it online and email any questions to budget@westburyschools.org. and we'll respond, and we'll also post any response. We will respond directly to you as well as post them online so everyone can see. Thank you.
Yep. And so this budget, and thank you, Ms. O'Neill, I really appreciate it. And as we are going to the polls, I want us to keep in mind that this budget reflects our commitment to investing in Westbury while staying below the tax cap. And as you know, throughout America, many districts are struggling with increased costs in so many different areas. And it is, you know, the commitment of our Board of Education, our administration team, to just make sure that we continue to invest, but understanding that we do have some variables that we have to take into consideration. And so I want you to keep that in mind as you all go to the polls. And once again, our budget vote is May 19th, but it's also the time to vote for our school board election as well. And so those candidates will be announced at a later date. Thank you. And again, if there are any questions, even if the board adopts this tonight and there are questions afterwards, you still can email us at budget@westburyschools.org. We'll create that FAQ. You'll see everyone's questions and you'll also see the answers. Thank you all very much. And please do not forget to vote.
Thank you. Sorry, thank you. Are there any questions about the budget? Okay. Are there any questions about anything affecting the school district? The agenda that was made available last night and will be voted on next week. Isabel, before you say anything, let me just take a moment to thank the administration, one for the presentation just now, and also for the hard work that all of you did to bring this budget underneath the tax cap. And as sorry as I am to see our 5-year trend of either reducing taxes or freezing taxes, I'm really happy that we are not under the kind of duress that a lot of other districts find themselves in this year. And there are been frequent news stories in Newsday about districts that are having large tax increases, or in order to not have a large tax increase, are having to cut their programming and having to cut staff. There are districts that are reported to have staff cuts of above 20, in some cases 30 and even 40. And we are fortunately not in that position. And so I'm very happy, since thank you and for all the hard work you put into ensuring that our program is maintained, ensuring our academic program is maintained, that we continue to be able to invest in our facilities, and most importantly, that we are able to also enhance our security efforts, all while coming in underneath the tax cap. And that took a great deal of effort and imagination to rethink about how we do some of our programs, to make sure that we could continue to offer a quality education at a cost to the taxpayer that does not, we hope, above their budget. So thank you for that.
We want to also thank the school board for their diligence in working with us and understanding. It's not easy when you have to reimagine how we do things, but you held our feet to the fire and say, go back for more. We can reimagine some more. And so you forced us to think outside the box while staying under the tax cap. And so we appreciate all that you've done. Thank you and your support. I just want to give a bigger shout out to Miss O'Neill. I mean, she's our business official. Y'all know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and take the credit for it. You know, there are some things that Miss O'Neill had to say no to. She had to say no to me. You know, I have like my little special project. She's like, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. But, you know, when she says no, she's not saying no to be a mean person. She's saying no because she understands that we have to be fiscally responsible. And so she pushed all of us to think outside of the box and to reimagine how we can do things more efficiently. So Mary, you rock. So I thank you. And for all the years that I've worked with you, we've always had a budget that was successful, and you've always done a magnificent job. And so I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Chase.
Isabella Hamilton Lomax, 565 Jefferson Street. I have a few questions, a couple about specific items on the agenda, but I do have a question from some of our track and field parents, and I think they were surprised to learn that we weren't hosting the Green and Gold Invitational this year, and we wanted some information about why that decision occurred. And if it's, I know we're in the midst of budget discussions, if there are plans to bring it back next year.
All right, so to our track parents who are watching, and I know you're going to be giving the information back to them, again, we've been using the word reimagine. And so we had to reimagine how we implement the Green and Gold Invitational. And in my personal conversation with Coach Ross, he and I will be working very closely with our new AD to bring not only the invitational for next year, but bigger and better. And so we look forward to our continued work with him, as well as making it bigger and better and keeping it within the guidelines that Mary won't scream at me fiscally. But we're just looking forward to bringing that to our school district next year.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have a question about item 5B on the agenda, tonight's agenda, which is I think it's the Army, let me find it.
Good evening.
5B as in boy.
Good evening, Ms. Lomax.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. Okay.
So I'm happy to speak to this. So our Westbury Adult Learning Center, as you know, has a long tradition of offering courses for community members. This year we're serving 900. We've served as many as 1,200 community members in a year, primarily through offering English language courses as well as some vocational courses. Through this partnership with this particular entity, Ed for Jobs, along with the Department of Defense, we're able to create online offerings that will be available to current military as well as veterans. It will also create a revenue stream for the district. And of course, bringing revenue in is important, but it's also important during these times when our grant revenues are shrinking. And the Westbury Adult Learning Center has been entirely funded through grants. And those grants are predicated upon enrollment as well as hours of instruction. And with the recent political climate over the past year or so, we've seen, as I just alluded to, a drop from about 1,200 to 1,000 students to 900 students, which we anticipate will have an impact on our grant funding. So in an attempt to broaden our offerings for folks such as our military and our veterans who partnering with the DoD, who recognizes that there is a need for these folks to have skills that help them transition to civilian life. So we have this opportunity. We'd like to bring it here, and we hope it's a reliable revenue stream and also a service to our community.
Okay, thank you. Yes, actually, I wanted to know if it was online, who it was offered to, so you answered all those questions. Thank you. So I do have a question about the policy change, 11B. I have the policy, but I wanted to know specifically what was changed. Sometimes when these policies come out, it doesn't have a glossary of what was revised in the policy.
She said D, that's you. She said D, 11D?
That's the public use of
You want to speak to
school
it, or you want me to?
facilities.
So, hi Isabella, I can help answer that for you. If you have the copy of the policy at the very last page, there's just been one item added, which is item 14. That is a list of what's prohibited on school property, and what's been added are bikes, except for those that go back and forth to school. but really e-bikes, e-dirt bikes, scooters. I don't know if people have been seeing that children during off hours are using empty parking lots to use it as a park. So that's the one addition to this regulation.
Okay, thank you.
Also, we're going to have to add some additional things to the regulation because in order to use our track and our facilities, we are no longer allowed to use quarter-inch spikes. We have to use eighth-inch spikes, so we have to make that mandatory whenever someone uses and also starting blocks as well. We're going to have to possibly ban those. So we're going to revisit this policy to discuss it further so that we may have a clearer policy so that when anybody uses our tracks, we have a clear indication as what they're required to use, and if they don't use it, what the ramifications.
Okay. Okay, then I have a question about 13B as in boy, the Long Island Wave. Not necessarily the organization itself, because I believe I'm familiar with it, but more of a question about the length of time that we're proposing to approve the use of the buildings. As we know, Westbury Middle School is a popular location for our district. And do we have questions? Oh, I haven't asked my question yet. So generally our PTAs our Westbury Middle School PTA, as well as our other PTAs, our council PTA, we work with the building leaders to come up with our calendars for the following year, and generally that doesn't happen until after our elections, which occur in May. So if we're approving this now, it doesn't give us a fair opportunity to submit our requests for consideration, and this is essentially the entire year. So I'd like us to, as we're revising this policy, perhaps maybe we can shorten or maybe the length, the time that's approved at a time for it to be revisited. And also, my follow-up question is, I know that our council submitted a building use in January for use of the Westbury Middle School for the Spooky Walk, and I don't believe our council secretary has heard back on that request, and we haven't seen it on the agenda, and I'd just like a follow-up on that as well.
Sure, I can speak to that. I don't remember who I spoke to, but I did speak to someone about having a conversation with PTA about Spooky Walk. There were some concerns in the past about the use of the building. We want to make sure that that we leave no stone unturned. And so I don't remember who I spoke to, but I do remember saying that we just need to have a meeting. So that is not a no, and I think you've asked this question before. It is let's have a conversation just to make sure that we have all systems in place before we can move forward with it.
Okay. So the person you would contact would be our corresponding secretary, which would be Gloria Rosenau?
I didn't speak to her.
Okay.
I think I spoke to one of your PTA members, but I didn't speak to her. I spoke to another parent. And I did say that we could have a conversation. So the district did not close its ears to it. I'm very open to a conversation. I just want to make sure that we have all the systems in place so that it can be a successful, safe experience. I understand the past couple of years, Spooky Walk was moved to the Westbury Arts. And so I appreciate you getting it in early, and maybe that's an opportunity for us to have courageous conversations.
Yeah, that was the specific intention for submitting it early. And so I'd just like to circle back to my, I guess, first question about the length of time for the approval for the Long Island Waves, which is the entire school year for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the Westbury Middle School.
Just repeat your question in full.
Okay, so my question is, in light of
Speak up a little louder.
Okay, so my question is, in light of the fact that our building PTAs generally do not put our calendars together until May, when we work with the building leaders to come up with a calendar, for us to have a fair opportunity to request building use at Westbury Middle School, can we take it into consideration to limit the number of months that we approve a organization when they submit their building use?
I think part of the issue is a lot of the building use is done, or building arrangements are done a year in advance for some organizations. So I know you guys don't meet until May, and then you have to put in your dates and fill in the dates, sprinkle in the dates based on what we have available, right? Is that correct?
Right. Mhm.
Right. So what I would suggest, because I don't know about shortening the time frame, because again, it's over this, over some, I would suggest maybe you have saved the dates, that you might earmark those dates that you may want in advance, and then discuss them further.
So, Ms. Lomax, I just want to, I want to add to what Mr. Ewing just said. We recognize that our PTA plays a very important role in our building, and so we hear you. I heard you loud and clear, and we're willing to work with Long Island Wave, with you all to see how we could make it happen for both parties. So we will definitely take your request under consideration.
Okay, I'm also making a request for Westbury PAL, because they have similar concerns.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's what community does, right? Like, we all work together to make it happen so that everybody can have their fair share.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you. And
You're
then
welcome.
We'll reach out to the office about
Okay,
this.
that sounds good. Okay. And yes, definitely reach out to the office with a appointment to talk about Spooky Walk. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, we will call that portion of the meeting to an end. And now I'll ask for a motion to approve the proposed 26-27 school year budget to approve and adopt it. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Vice President Ewing. Do I have a second?
Second?
Seconded by Dr. Dickerson.
Yes.
It's been moved and seconded. Ayes. Trustee Flores.
Aye.
Trustee Wilson.
I confess I did not hear what the motion was. Sorry.
Vote on the budget.
Oh. Aye.
Trustee Bowling.
Aye.
Trustee Dr. Dickerson.
Aye.
Vice President Ewing.
Aye.
And I, Robert Troiano, vote aye. Motion carries unanimously. The last and final resolution for the evening, adoption of the property tax report card for 26-27 school year. Do I have a motion to
So
adopt the
moved.
property tax report card?
So moved.
Been moved by Trustee Bowling?
Yes.
Thank you. Second?
Second?
Seconded by Trustee Wilson. Ayes. Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Bowling?
Aye.
Dr. Dickerson?
Aye.
Vice President Ewing?
Aye.
And I, Robert Troiano, vote aye. Motion carries unanimously. May now have a motion to go into executive session to
So moved.
discuss items of personnel. We will be out of executive session before 11 o'clock. You have a motion? Dr. Dickerson, you make the motion?
Yes.
You have a second?
So move.
Second.
Second by Trustee Flores. Ayes. Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Bowling?
Aye.
Trustee Dr. Dickerson? Vice President Ewing? And I, Robert Troiano, vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Good night, everybody, unless you choose to stay around till we come out of exec. Motion to come out of executive session?
So move.
Been moved by Dr. Dickerson. You have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Flores. Ayes. Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Dr. Dickerson?
Aye.
Vice President Ewing?
Aye.
And I, Robert Triano, vote aye. Motion carries. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
It's been moved. Sorry, do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Flores. Ayes. Trustee Flores?
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson?
Aye.
Vice President Ewing? And I, Robert Triano, vote aye. Motion carries.
Aye.
Good night, everybody. See you next. See you next Tuesday for the action meeting. Bye-bye.